All right, hi everyone. Good morning. Hi Harsh. Hi Earth. Good morning, Pranav. Good morning, Dhruv. Hi Nortuza. Good morning. All right. Good morning, Jodh. Hi Ria. ग्रेट सो आई थिंक आप लोगों ने लास्ट क्लास के नोट्स वगैरह कॉपी कर लिए होंगे अच्छे से. What was the concept that we learned yesterday? Anyone? Quick recap. फटाफट फटाफट नोट्स देखो क्या करवाया था. अच्छा सॉरी यू आर म्यूटेड. जस्ट 1 सेकंड. अभी ठीक है. हाँ बोलो.
Nomenclature of orbitals.
Correct. Using quantum numbers. Right. And
Calculating the relative order of energy.
correct. So abhi tak what is the perspective that we have about this newer model of atom, this quantum mechanical model of atom? We understand that Bohr's model was a good model, but not a complete one. Why? Because it only focused on the particle nature. In order to study more, in order to understand better, we need to take into account both the particle nature and the wave nature at small scale. And hence, this next model which got developed, okay, which was based on this dual nature of matter, which was based on Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, it had a concept of orbital. Right? We could not describe the path associated with orbital, but could talk in terms of the probability, right? And without getting much into the mathematical background in details, we started understanding about those regions in which electrons is likely to be found, right? And there is not just one region. There are many such regions corresponding to different levels of energy, similar to how in a single atom of hydrogen there were many orbits corresponding to different levels of energy. यहाँ पर भी we have different orbits, orbitals or regions related to different energy levels, right? And we did the visualization part, we did the nomenclature part. We understood the quantum numbers and also understood the relative order of energy of these orbitals. I think we are in a good position now to fill electrons in those orbitals. How the electrons get filled in those orbitals. However, before going there, I also want you to understand a couple of more results. These results are not general results which are expected from CBSE or board level students to be very much aware about. But since we are preparing for JEE mains and JEE advanced, we need to understand a couple of more results from the quantum mechanical model before we start filling electrons in these orbitals. Now, as a disclaimer, before talking about these results, you must know that you are going to feel a discomfort because you are not going to be able to visualize things. Okay, so यहाँ पर if I go back to last class के notes and refer to this analogy that we had drawn between Bohr's model and quantum mechanical model, हमने visualization, nomenclature and relative order of energy of orbitals का discussion कर लिया था. Today, I want to discuss about angular momentum. Now, when the concept of Bohr's model was being studied, when the concept of Bohr's model was being discussed, तब भी मैंने ये angular momentum के बारे में बात करा था. And कैसे बात करा था? This is orbit angular momentum. Now, do you remember what was orbit angular momentum?
Yes, sir.
So, यहाँ पर न्यूक्लियस था and nucleus के around the electron was revolving in circular orbit. ठीक है, थोड़ा मैं ऐसे इसको 3D perspective देना चाहता हूँ. So the electron was revolving in 3D orbit. It had a mass m. It was moving with the speed v at a distance r from the nucleus. Right? Now, you remember orbital angular momentum के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया था that इसका magnitude is equal to mvr. This is how the orbital angular momentum is written. When an object is in circular motion. अब एक और चीज नोटिस करना, उस टाइम पर मैंने लाइक और डिटेल में बात नहीं करी थी इसके बारे में बिकॉज आई डिडंट रियली नीड टू, बट डू यू नो दैट मोमेंटम इज अ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी?
Yes.
No, sir.
Then you also know that vectors have magnitude as well as direction.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक है, सो यहाँ पर अभी आपके सामने मैंने जो ड्रॉ किया है वो तो मैंने और लिखा है वो तो मैंने ऑर्बिट एंगुलर मोमेंटम का मैग्नीट्यूड लिख दिया है। ठीक है, मैग्नीट्यूड कहता रहता है इट इज इक्वल टू mvr। ठीक है, एंड इसके बारे में नील्स बोर ने बोला कि इट कांट बी एनी रैंडम वैल्यू, इट हैज टू बी क्वांटाइज्ड। ठीक है, it can be only an integral multiple of h upon 2 pi, right? Now थोड़ा सा मैं और आपको इसके बारे में बताऊंगा। ठीक है, so by looking at this diagram, ठीक है, avoid certain words which are circular motion related words, वो सब हमने नहीं देखे हैं। ठीक है, if you avoid this I, this omega, ठीक है, ये आप बाद में सीखोगे। ओमेगा इज कॉल्ड एज एंगुलर स्पीड। ठीक है, सो इफ यू आस्क मी अबाउट एंगुलर मोमेंटम का डायरेक्शन, एंगुलर मोमेंटम का डायरेक्शन क्या होता है, राइट, देन व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज you need to understand how the object is undergoing rotation and उसके plane of rotation के perpendicular is the direction of the angular momentum. It is actually given by a rule called as right hand rule, आप लोग physics में सीखोगे, right? So यहाँ पर let's say the electron is going in this manner. ठीक है, if you take your right hand and curl your fingers in the direction of rotation of this electron, then your thumb will be pointing in the direction in which the angular momentum would be. Okay, that is the
And this,
direction associated with angular momentum. ठीक है, अगर मान लो लाइक ये न्यूक्लियस है और इलेक्ट्रॉन इस तरीके से रिवॉल्व कर रहा है अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस, राइट, देन परपेंडिकुलर टू दिस, ठीक है, विल बी द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द एंगुलर मोमेंटम। ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सा और आइडिया समझ में आया अबाउट एंगुलर मोमेंटम? नाउ अब समझना दैट ये जो एंगुलर मोमेंटम है, ठीक है, दिस इज व्हाट वी कॉल एज a property that was described, defined and used extensively in classical physics. Okay, something which was before quantum physics, or sorry, quantum mechanics. Now अगर अब मैं आपको बोलूं if we were to think about this in the newer model of atom, so there will be a slight discomfort. Can you tell me why there would be the discomfort when we will be talking about this concept in quantum mechanical model? हाँ, राइट हर्ष, राइट मुर्तजा, राइट। आपको याद हो तो लास्ट क्लास में मैंने ये जब ऑर्बिटल्स, इनफैक्ट लास्ट टू लास्ट क्लास में ऑर्बिटल्स का कॉन्सेप्ट डिस्क्राइब किया था, सो आई टोल्ड यू दैट द मोशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस is uncertain, like we can't define a path, right? पहले कैसा हो रहा था? In case of Bohr's model, न्यूक्लियस था, न्यूक्लियस के अराउंड एक वेल डिफाइंड पाथ था, ठीक है, एंड इस वेल डिफाइंड पाथ की वजह से वी वर एबल टू डिस्क्राइब प्रॉपर्ली, विजुअलाइज प्रॉपर्ली दैट यू नो ये इलेक्ट्रॉन है, ये इतने डिस्टेंस पर है, इतना इसका रेडियस होगा, इतना स्पीड होगा, एंड ये इसका एंगुलर मोमेंटम एटसेट्रा होगा, ठीक है. बट नाउ इन क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल, ठीक है, in quantum mechanical model, what the problem is, I think you all are very well aware about it, that we are not able to describe that एक nucleus के around how an electron is moving. Does that mean motion ही नहीं है? Does that mean electron does not move around the electron? That will be a very strange thing to say, no? अनसर्टन है, हम लोग डिफाइन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना है कि इलेक्ट्रॉन इज नॉट मूविंग अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस. हम लोग एक वेल डिफाइंड पाथ नहीं ड्रॉ कर पा रहे हैं, बट दैट डज नॉट मीन दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन इज स्टेशनरी. इलेक्ट्रॉन इज मूविंग अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस. कैसे? वी डोंट नो. डू यू ऑल अग्री टू दैट?
Yes.
So now अब ऑब्जर्व करना, समझने की कोशिश करना. Because of this motion of electron around nucleus, ठीक है, which is something which we can't like visualize. I can't visualize this. I can't have a well-defined path for it, but it is there. ठीक है, visualize नहीं कर सकते, but it is there around the nucleus. As a consequence, there is an angular momentum associated with orbital, ठीक है, with the orbital motion of the electron. We call that as orbital angular momentum. This has been experimentally verified and experimentally validated as well. See, because when a charged object, ठीक है, आप लोगों ने शायद ये जूनियर क्लासेस में शायद सुना भी हो, when a charged object moves in loops or circles, ठीक है, if it goes around in loops or circles, it creates magnetic field. Have you heard that somewhere back in junior classes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Magnetism का जो origin है, it lies in charge only, it lies in current only, moving charge, ठीक है, and if a charge like goes in loops and circle, it creates a magnetic field similar to what a bar magnet would create, ठीक है. So atoms actually are tiny magnets. This is experimentally verified, experimentally understood. You might be feeling a bit weird because you would be saying, sir, what is this? Like, are you saying that मेरे सामने जो plastic रखा है, which is a non-magnetic solid, ठीक है, you might say it to be non-magnetic, but you are saying it at a solid का level, ठीक है. I'm not talking about at a solid का level, at a collection of atoms का level, ठीक है. That's a different story altogether. That is a larger scale, macroscopic scale understanding. but even that plastic का atom is actually a tiny magnet. All atoms are tiny magnets. कैसे experimentally validated है? थोड़ी सी देर में मैं आपको उस experiment के बारे में idea भी दूंगा. It's not part of the syllabus, but it will be good and comforting to know. So atoms do actually behave like a tiny magnet, and that magnetic nature can be associated, okay, with the electron and its motion around the nucleus. Okay, as a consequence, when say a atom, okay, it is passed through some measurement device, some external magnetic field, it is found to undergo deflections. And when those deflections are measured, understood, it does give us an experimental validation of angular momentum associated with motion of electrons around the nucleus. So this is where I want you to now remember this property. Okay, this is where I want you to, you need very, very sensitive devices to experimentally understand this statement that atoms are actually tiny magnets. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको like अपनी आंखों से दिखेगा. You need sensitive devices because that magnetic field and magnetic strength is extremely low. Okay, something you might even discard as non-magnetic at a larger scale. Okay. So now यहाँ पर आप notice करना, I can come back to my heading, that is orbital angular momentum, and I can talk about it saying that this is because of the motion, 3D motion of electron around the nucleus. However, with a disclaimer that we can't visualize it. We can't put a path to it, define a path to it, because by doing so, we would be violating Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, but that does not mean that there is no motion. ऐसा नहीं है, there is motion of electron around the nucleus, and as a consequence, there is an orbital angular momentum. And this has been experimentally validated as well, experimentally verified as well. ठीक है, अब नोटिस करना, क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल ने जब ये एक्सप्लोर करा, ठीक है, when quantum mechanical model tried to understand this property of orbital angular momentum, it found out something very important, something again which is very fundamental, that orbital angular momentum cannot be anything random. ठीक है, जैसे हम लोगों ने बोर्स मॉडल में भी पढ़ा था ना, दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन है, ठीक है, इट्स एंगुलर मोमेंटम वाज mvr, ठीक है, बट नील्स बोर ने क्या बोला, ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ भी लाइक इलेक्ट्रॉन का वेलोसिटी हो सकता है, कुछ भी उसका डिस्टेंस हो सकता है न्यूक्लियस से, ऐसा नहीं है कि ये फॉर्मूला लिख दिया तो आप मान के चलोगे कि एंगुलर मोमेंटम की कुछ भी वैल्यूज हो सकती है. ठीक है, इनफैक्ट what he said or what he found out was that it is not anything random, it is something which is allowed only certain types of values. ठीक है, क्या था वो, NH/2 पाई, याद आया? तो वैसे ही क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल, ठीक है, व्हेन इट डिस्क्राइब दिस प्रॉपर्टी, the result that came out was that electrons cannot have any random orbital angular momentum. Their orbital angular momentum is quantized. That is, it can only have certain allowed values. Now, I want you to remember the result. I don't want you to again get into the derivation. I want you to remember the result of that orbital angular momentum. And this time I am being a little bit more detailed because I will be talking about the magnitude being quantized as well as the direction being quantized. Okay, this is something a little newer thing that I am going to highlight over here. Okay, ये मैंने बोर्स मॉडल में डिस्कस नहीं किया था. बोर्स मॉडल में वी नेवर बॉदर्ड अबाउट कि इलेक्ट्रॉन लाइक ऐसे क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट कर रहा है या इलेक्ट्रॉन यू नो एंटी क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट कर रहा है, ठीक है, या इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐसे रैंडम प्लेन्स में रोटेट कर रहा है, ठीक है. तो व्हाट इज द डायरेक्शन एसोसिएटेड विद द एंगुलर मोमेंटम, वी नेवर got into that detail because it wasn't quite relevant there, but here it is relevant and in fact was found by quantum mechanical model that ऐसा नहीं है कि ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम का मैग्नीट्यूड क्वांटाइज्ड है तो डायरेक्शन कुछ भी रैंडम हो सकता है. इवन द डायरेक्शन इज क्वांटाइज्ड. देयर आर ओनली सर्टेन अलाउड डायरेक्शंस विद रेस्पेक्ट टू अ रेफरेंस एक्सिस. ठीक है, हम जब भी डायरेक्शन की बात करते हैं हमें एक रेफरेंस एक्सिस बनाना पड़ेगा ना. वी विल हैव टू assign something as a reference and then talk about direction. So after assigning that reference, the direction associated with this orbital angular momentum is also quantized. Okay? Now, this is something where I have spent the last half an hour to provide a comfort, okay, to a lot of students who just can't absorb a formula कि यू नो सर ऐसा नहीं आपने मतलब बोल दिया फॉर्मूला याद कर लो तो हम लोग कर लेंगे, थोड़ा तो बैकग्राउंड दो उसके बारे में. तो अभी जो आधा घंटा मैंने स्पेंड किया है दैट इज प्राइमरीली टू satiate, to satisfy that curiosity or that eagerness to the best possible manner. Of course, I can't go into the derivation and all the details. However, for a bunch of students who maybe joined late, somewhere in between, didn't capture completely कि क्या explanation है, आपको भी चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You just need to remember the formula. ठीक है, and you will be good to go. You will be able to solve each and every question that is there in the booklet. Just remember the formula. क्या है? Orbital angular momentum is some property and the magnitude of that property is given by this formula, under root of L into L plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. Okay, where L stands for the azimuthal quantum number, h is the Planck's constant. ये formula याद रखना है. And the direction से related formula which also needs to be remembered, Lz. ठीक है, z को हमारी एक प्रेफरेंस रहती है, तो Lz means the z component of the orbital angular momentum. ठीक है, ये मुझे डायरेक्शन के बारे में आइडिया देगा. राइट, इफ माय चोजन रेफरेंस एक्सिस इज z एक्सिस, ठीक है, ये मेरा रेफरेंस एक्सिस है, चोजन एक्सिस है, ठीक है, और ये मान लो वेक्टर है एंगुलर मोमेंटम का, दिस इज द वेक्टर. तो जो उसका लेट्स से डायरेक्शन होगा, ठीक है, लेट्स से आई एम मेजरिंग इट एज थीटा फ्रॉम द z एक्सिस, तो इसका जो z कंपोनेंट होगा, z कंपोनेंट कितना हो जाएगा, L cos थीटा, है कि नहीं? इतना तो वेक्टर्स आपने पढ़ा ही है ना.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
थीटा है, ये कोई भी रैंडम वैल्यू नहीं हो सकता. इट कांट बी एनी रैंडम वैल्यू. You can see that this Lz, the z component, is equal to ml into h upon 2 pi. ठीक है, where ml stands for the magnetic quantum number of the electron or the orbital in which the electron is present. ठीक है, तो ये आपके लिए दो इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला रहेंगे याद करने के लिए अबाउट दिस प्रॉपर्टी कॉल्ड एज ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम. ठीक है, इफ यू विल नोटिस इन द क्वेश्चंस इन द बुकलेट, ठीक है, आप सिर्फ यही फॉर्मूला भी याद रख लो तो आपका काम मतलब बिल्कुल बिना किसी प्रॉब्लम के हो जाएगा. ऑफ कोर्स यू जस्ट नीड टू रिमेंबर दैट व्हाट आर द terms in that formula. Each and every question in the booklet related to this concept you will be able to solve. ठीक है, इवन डायरेक्शन वाला भी आपको याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. डायरेक्शन वाला मैं एक्स्ट्रा बता रहा हूँ, बुकलेट में एक भी क्वेश्चन नहीं है उसके ऊपर. दिस इज आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ जेई एडवांस्ड. ठीक है, बिकॉज जेई एडवांस्ड हैज अ हैबिट ऑफ एवरी ईयर आस्किंग समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा. यू शुड नो दैट. ठीक है,
Sir,
हाँ
so previously when we were on the first slide of the comparison of Bohr model and quantum mechanics model,
हाँ.
there you were saying that orbital angular momentum is also expressed by L equal to mvr. So was that for orbital only or orbit?
नहीं, वो तो ऑर्बिट्स का ही कॉन्सेप्ट था. इन द सेंस व्हेन वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट पार्टिकल्स. ठीक है, फॉर एनी पार्टिकल, ठीक है, एनी से टेनिस बॉल ऑफ मास m, ठीक है, मूविंग विद द स्पीड v इन अ सर्कुलर ऑर्बिट ऑफ रेडियस r, दैट इज हाउ एंगुलर मोमेंटम इज डिफाइंड, डिस्क्राइब. ठीक है, बट व्हेन वी come into this newer world, the quantum mechanical world, right, where dual nature is to be taken into account, the understanding isn't that simple. Okay, it takes some different mathematical twists and turns. Of course, I'm not getting again in those derivations. Okay, but the result is of course important for you to remember.
So we can say, right, that was for orbits and this is for orbital.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to make
Okay.
that distinction clear.
Oh yeah, thank you.
ठीक है, ऑलराइट, सो गुड. हम लोगों ने एक और रिजल्ट क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल का देख लिया है, समझ लिया है. Let's look at another important result. ठीक है, in fact you would have talked or in fact seen in the last class. यहाँ पर एंगुलर मोमेंटम के साथ में कुछ और दिख रहा है आपको? So there is another angular momentum associated with electron that is called as the spin angular momentum. And this was something which was discovered much later. Okay, this was not something which came from this Schrodinger equation from the quantum mechanical model ka start. Okay, in fact, it came a bit later. It was discovered actually a bit later. ठीक है, उसके पहले there was no such concept of spin. ठीक है, अपने आप में एक नई प्रॉपर्टी डिस्कवर हुई called as spin because of this experimental observation of a new angular momentum. And that actually then led to the development of the fourth quantum number that we call as the spin quantum number. ठीक है, now अब notice करना, I will start describing or will talk about this spin quantum number. ठीक है, but before that I want you to watch a quick demonstration, not a demonstration but say an animation of the experiment that discovered this newer angular momentum. Okay, this is some newer angular momentum, and as a consequence, this newer property, a new property called as spin. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. I'll share a video with you, and I would only ask you to watch the first 4.5 minutes of that video. उसके बाद में in that video आइगन स्टेट्स का डिस्कशन शुरू हो जाता है, विच यू डोंट नीड टू गेट इनटू डिटेल्स ऑफ. ठीक है, आइगन स्टेट करके वर्ड आएगा तो दैट्स योर क्यू. यू कैन स्टॉप द वीडियो देयर इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, जस्ट वॉच द फर्स्ट 4.5 minutes. It's a pretty nice video talking about this Stern-Gallac experiment. Just give me one moment. I'll share with everyone.
What?
Okay. हाँ. Alright. मैं यहीं पर भेज रहा हूँ आप लोगों को. Zoom के चैट बॉक्स पे. ठीक है, हाँ. Can you guys click on the link?
Yes, sir.
पहले 4.5 मिनट आइगन स्टेट आइगन वर्ड आते ही छोड़ देने का वीडियो. कम बैक. Alright, देखा आप लोगों ने? हाँ हाँ, नहीं मतलब आइगन स्टेट्स वगैरह के आगे का पार्ट नहीं देखना है.
Sir, just to the formula, right?
हाँ,
So after around like 5-18 seconds, there is a formula. Do we have to study that too or leave it?
मैंने बोला ना 4 minutes 40 seconds 4 minutes 30 seconds के आसपास तक बस.
Okay.
ठीक है, so now यहाँ पर समझना that the word spin is being used in describing this entirely new thing. However, that spin is not actually the thought that comes in your mind. Okay, so there is this comment just below this video which I find hilarious. Okay, and this is something which is so apt that when we introduce this concept of spin, like this is exactly how it is. Imagine a ball spinning, except it's not a ball and it's not spinning. So this is something आप नोटिस करना. यहाँ पर this experiment, this Stern-Galerk experiment, it led to the discovery of a new fundamental property, and the name was given spin. Why it was given spin? Because there was this notion that the scientists had in their mind. However, it is not really the electron spinning. In fact, it's a fundamental property that is not just associated with electrons. It is something which is true for all elementary particles, protons, neutrons. In fact, neutrons and protons are not elementary particles, but say the particles which make up these protons and neutrons, like quarks, bosons, leptons, they all possess this fundamental property called as spin. Okay, even photons possess this property called as spin. So it's a very intricate, something very detailed of a property. However, यहाँ पर as part of this chapter, we are not going to go and study this property from scratch. What we are going to just do is understand how it is for an electron. Okay, that is the only elementary particle that we are focused on, that we are interested in right now. So it's a discovery that happened, after the quantum mechanical model was developed. Okay, some years later after it was developed, and that led to this understanding of a new property called as spin. अब ये एक्सपेरिमेंट कैसा था? ठीक है, जैसा आपने यहाँ पे नोटिस करा, ठीक है, वैसे तो उस वीडियो में काफी अच्छे से बताया है, बट जस्ट एज अ क्विक रिकैप, when Stern and Galerk did this experiment, they did not do it with electrons. ठीक है, उस वीडियो में तो डायरेक्टली क्या इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यूज कर लिए. They actually used silver atoms. That was the actual first experiment that Stern and Galerk did. They took silver atoms and they passed them through this external magnetic field. This was their equipment. ठीक है, वो जो ऐसे triangle and rectangle जैसा कुछ बनाया हुआ था ना, that was the equipment which was basically creating an external magnetic field. Now, for the sake of simplicity, because आपको silver atom का configuration नहीं पता है, मैं यहाँ पर हाइड्रोजन एटम ले लेता हूँ. ठीक है, so if we repeat the experiment with hydrogen atoms, what was found out was that hydrogen atoms then passed through this setup. Okay, this setup helps us to understand whether the nature of the objects being passed through is magnetic or not magnetic, and if it is magnetic, then it also helps us to understand its orientation. ठीक है, जैसे उसमें बताया था ना that instead of if we throw some magnet, ठीक है, some bar magnet, north pole south pole, then when it passes through this setup, it can get deflected depending upon how it is oriented. If it is oriented, ठीक है, and we can orient it in any direction that we want, ठीक है, depending upon that orientation, that object or that bar magnet can get deflected here, 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 like एक पूरा ऐसा distribution बन सकता है. But when we do this experiment, not with a bar magnet, but with say hydrogen atoms, we find that hydrogen atoms do get deflected. Okay? And the strange thing that happens is that when they are getting deflected, they don't get deflected anywhere randomly. They either just go up or down. Okay? Not anywhere in between. They are not going to get deflected. They are just getting it deflected either up or down. That was something strange. Okay, now to understand that this magnetic response, ठीक है, इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं magnetic moment या simple words में response to an external magnetic field. ठीक है, so ये response जो हमें दिखा hydrogen atom का, that was thought to be attributed to orbital angular momentum. ठीक है, पहला thought तो यही आया साइंटिस्ट के दिमाग में, that because the electron is revolving around the nucleus, like it is in motion around the nucleus, and there is this orbital angular momentum, जिसकी वजह से the atom was behaving like a tiny magnet, and that is why it got deflected. But when they did the calculation, okay, as you now are aware of the formula, okay, you know hydrogen atom is a single electron species. Where would that electron lie in hydrogen atom? In 1s orbital, the lowest energy orbital, है कि नहीं? The hydrogen atom का electron would lie in the lowest energy, that is 1s orbital. And अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही मैंने आपको 1s orbital का angular momentum का फॉर्मूला लिखवाया था. Angular momentum का फॉर्मूला क्या था? Root L into L plus 1 h upon 2 pi. What is the value of L for an s orbital electron?
0.
So the orbital angular momentum, because s orbitals are spherically symmetrical, the net, or you can say the magnitude of the orbital angular momentum actually comes out to be 0. So then the scientists were like kind of scratching their heads that agar orbital angular momentum isn't causing this to happen, then what is? And that is where then they like presented this idea that the deflection is due to another angular momentum possessed by the electron. Okay, this is some another angular momentum which they are not able to right now tell कि exactly क्या है ये, कहाँ से आ रहा है, but there is this another orbital angular momentum which is causing this deflection. Now, what the scientists at that point in time thought that हो सकता है that जो electron है, over and above its motion around the nucleus, it itself might be also rotating about its own axis in a clockwise or an anti-clockwise manner. जैसे अर्थ के बारे में बोलते हैं ना, it is revolving around the sun, but it is also rotating about its own axis. तो वैसे ही साइंटिस्ट ने सोचा that maybe this deflection or this another angular momentum is because of electron ka rotation about its own axis. And do you see now how the word spin came into picture? They thought, or that was their preliminary thought, that this is the electron spinning around its own axis that is causing this newer another angular momentum. However, when they did the background calculation with this, ठीक है, कि इतना deflection होने के लिए कितना like spin angular momentum होना चाहिए and उसके लिए क्या speed से electron को rotate करना चाहिए, वो speed that turned out to be greater than the speed of light, which is not allowed, which is not something that is allowed anywhere in physics as per our current understanding. So that is where then this problem occurred, that there is this another or newer angular momentum, okay, which is experimentally being observed and understood, but not something which we are able to visualize, because this visualization of electron spinning around its own axis is not correct. It is not allowed by the laws of physics. ठीक है, तो साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी ने फिर क्या करा, दे didn't abandon the word spin. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि they abandoned the word spin because then they could have used some other term, but there must have been some reason that they didn't abandon this word spin. And rather than just saying spin, अगर आप अच्छी स्टैंडर्ड टेक्स्ट बुक्स पढ़ोगे तो उसमें आप नोटिस करोगे they use this word called as intrinsic spin. ठीक है, rather than using the word plain spin, they use this word intrinsic spin. क्या है ये एक तरीके की like बेवकूफ बनाने की टेक्निक है कि चलो इंग्लिश में घुमा देते हैं, विजुअलाइज नहीं कर सकते तो क्या करेंगे, उसको ऐसा बोल देंगे इट इज समथिंग इनहेरेंट, इट इज समथिंग इंट्रिंसिक. मतलब ऐसा है कि हम, ठीक है, यहाँ पर नोटिस करना, दिस इंट्रिंसिक स्पिन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन हैज नो क्लासिकल एनालॉजी. व्हाट डू आई मीन बाय नो क्लासिकल एनालॉजी? नो विजुअलाइजेशन. ठीक है, इट हैज गॉट नो विजुअलाइजेशन. ठीक है, ये जो विजुअलाइजेशन जो कि जनरल टेक्स्ट बुक्स में मिलता है, ठीक है, आप इनफैक्ट एनसीईआरटी रीड करोगे तो एनसीईआरटी में भी आपको यही विजुअलाइजेशन बताया जाएगा. ठीक है, बिकॉज दिस इज एक्चुअली समथिंग रिलेटिवली इजी टू डाइजेस्ट. ठीक है, बट सिंस यू आर preparing for JEE Advanced, you should be aware about the fact that this is a simplification made for students to, digest, accept and move on, but not the actual case. It is not the electron rotating about its own axis. ठीक है, यहां तक का पार्ट समझ में आया? स्पिन एंगुलर मोमेंटम के बारे में मैंने बात की, कहानी बताई आप लोगों को.
Sir, can you explain this last part of intrinsic spin again?
हाँ, so यहाँ तक मैंने आपको बोला that you understood that there is this another angular momentum which
Yes.
is present, right? And it is not because of the orbital angular momentum. It is
Yes, I understand.
right. Now, earlier it was thought to be because of the electron spinning about its own axis, and that's where the word spin was given to this. Rather than calling it another angular momentum, it was being called as spin angular momentum. But after putting that visualization and then doing the calculations that in order to have this much deflection, how much should be the spin angular momentum, and then back calculating that how much should be the speed with which the electron should be rotating, the answer came out to be weird. They came out to be something which is not allowed as per physics. They came out to be something greater than the speed of light. And hence that visualization of electrons spinning about their own axis or rotating about their own axis needs to be discarded. Okay, that is not the proper visualization. So we again have fallen back to square one, as in we know that there is something that is causing that deflection, that is some another angular momentum, but we don't know what is its origin, where is it coming from. We don't have a visualization for it. Okay, something which we can't relate back to what we know in the classical world. And this is something which is the one of the weirdness of quantum mechanical world which you would experience. Okay, there are many such other weirdness that happen in the quantum mechanical world. This is one of them. There are many such phenomena for which classical analogy or a visualization is not present.
Okay, sir. Also, here the H atoms are only getting reflected up and down, right?
Correct.
So, sir, in the video, they were showing that with the help of the bar magnet, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The bar magnet is going to be oriented in any random direction. Okay? And as a consequence, it is found to be then deflected in all random directions. ठीक है, यहाँ पर ऊपर नीचे सब जगह आएगा. But ये जो atoms के बारे में observe किया गया, ठीक है, इनका जो you can say then the orientation which was causing this deflection was something which wasn't anything random. It was actually quantized. It was making them either go up or down.
So we don't need to, as in know that left and right part, right, of the video in which they will say, like understand it.
Left or right wala part tha, that was to demonstrate that it is not up or down. It is actually, one chosen direction and the other will be opposite to it only. So when we say that ये जो atoms हैं, hydrogen atoms, they are behaving like tiny magnets. Okay? And when they are passed through this magnetic field, they are going to get deflected. Why they are going to get deflected? Because of this spin angular momentum. Okay? Now, this spin angular momentum and इसकी वजह से जो response आ रहा है, what we understand isn't random, isn't something which is random in any direction. It is happening in only two directions. You choose one and what you will find is that only opposite to that the other direction would be. So जो ये हाइड्रोजन एटम्स है, ये जो टाइनी मैग्नेट्स की तरह बिहेव कर रहे हैं, इनका जो ओरिएंटेशन है और इनका जो यू कैन से ये जो स्पिन एंगुलर मोमेंटम जो हमने नई चीज डिस्कवर करी है इनके बारे में, इट इज नॉट रैंडमली ओरिएंटेड. इट हैज अ क्वांटाइज्ड डायरेक्शन. वो मैं अभी यहाँ पे लिखने वाला हूँ आपके लिए in the next bullet point itself, that the spin angular momentum is quantized again in terms of its magnitude as well as direction.
Sir.
Huh.
Sir, if we use something other than hydrogen, will we get the same results?
Yeah. If you throw electrons, you throw protons, you throw neutrons, also you'll get the same results.
Okay.
In fact, with neutrons also, in fact, that is something which was the understanding that got developed later, that neutrons तो neutral है, फिर भी वो कैसे ऐसा behave कर रहे हैं. तो उससे फिर और understanding develop हुई that neutrons are actually made up of quarks which are charged. Although overall the neutron is neutral, but then the quarks are charged inside the neutron. तो वो सब खैर आगे की बात है, like we are not getting there. That's not part of our syllabus. But yes, this led to this fundamental property का discovery called as spin, which is intrinsic or present in all elementary particles. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, अब समझना. Again, इतना जो मैंने ये कहानी बताया है आपको, ठीक है? यहाँ से यहाँ तक का. Again, it is from the point of view of helping you understand this concept better, something which is definitely required for students with curious minds. However, even if some of you weren't able to grasp this concept, grasp this story, grasp this background, it's absolutely okay. Chalega. You can still score good in the examination. You can still score well. All you need to do is then understand that, okay, there is something called as spin. There is something called as spin angular momentum, and there is something called as spin quantum number. And then come directly over here. The spin angular momentum, and remember this result, the spin angular momentum is quantized in terms of its magnitude as well as direction. Here is its formula for the magnitude. ठीक है, याद रखना है आपको, अंडर रूट ऑफ s into s plus 1 into h upon 2 pi. ठीक है, where s is equal to half. ठीक है, मतलब you can in fact put the value over here. It will be something in this manner, root 3 by 4 into h upon 2 pi आ जाएगा. ठीक है, but I don't just want you to remember the value, I also want you to remember the formula. ठीक है, that's the magnitude of the spin angular momentum. This is its allowed value. Okay, just one allowed value only, and it has got two directional orientation corresponding to the two allowed values of this fourth quantum number, that is ms. ठीक है, तो जिसका z component है, जो हम डायरेक्शन के बारे में बात करते हैं, ये जो स्पिन एंगुलर मोमेंटम है, इसका जो z component है, ठीक है, जो डायरेक्शन है वो भी क्वांटाइज्ड है. It is equal to ms into h upon 2 pi, where ms stands for the fourth quantum number, that is the spin quantum number, and it has got only two allowed values, plus half and minus half, corresponding to the two responses that we saw, electron going in one direction and in the opposite direction, which you can say up or down or left or right or forward backward, whatever you want to call, but only two allowed values. ठीक है, and you might ask me कि ये plus half और minus half क्यों है, but again that's the math behind it. Why isn't it plus 1 minus 1? Why is it like plus kaddu minus kaddu? You don't need to get into that mathematical detail. It is allowed these two values, plus half and minus half. ठीक है, and these values are only two because they correspond to the magnetic moment. What was magnetic moment? It's a fancy word, but it means something very simple. It is the response to an external magnetic field. Okay, that we saw that electrons were either going in up or down direction, or you can say one chosen direction and uska opposite direction. ठीक है, and ऐसा कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि प्लस हाफ मतलब अप या माइनस हाफ मतलब डाउन. ठीक है, इट इज आर्बिट्ररी. Plus half can be one direction, then minus half will be corresponding to its opposite direction. ठीक है, आप इतना याद कर लो ये फॉर्मूला, तो भी आपका काम चल जाएगा while solving questions. ठीक है, ये पार्ट समझ में आया?
Sir, about that, you just said that like when scientists kept the word spin but introduced a new concept. Could you please repeat that?
दोबारा बोलो, आपकी आवाज बहुत ब्रेक हो गई.
So, इसके ऊपर हमने वो किया था that scientists kept the word spin but introduced a new concept in like in the name of spin. So, can you please explain that concept again?
मतलब ये पूरा वापस एक्सप्लेन करूं?
No, sir, not that. So, that intrinsic spin.
इंट्रिंसिक स्पिन वाला पार्ट, तो इसमें मैंने वही बताया ना आपको, that when we were talking about this observation, which was not because of orbital angular momentum, it was because of some another angular momentum. ठीक है,
So, okay, said that. Okay.
Another angular momentum was called as this intrinsic spin angular momentum.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now, वो जो spin angular momentum है उसके results याद रख पाओगे? They are fairly easy to grasp and remember. Is this clear with everyone?
So is there a difference between S and MS? मतलब MS is equal to half and S is also equal to half.
हाँ, आप वो मान के चलो कि इट्स जस्ट सिग्निफाइंग इट्स मैग्नीट्यूड. ठीक है, तो प्लस माइनस एक्चुअली सिग्निफाइज अ डायरेक्शन.
Okay.
नाउ ठीक है, अब नोटिस करना, ये जेई एडवांस वालों ने पूछा था क्वेश्चन सम टाइम बैक. क्या आंसर रहेगा? कैन यू टेक अ गेस एट इट?
C.
ऑप्शन चैट में लिखो, चैट में. राइट, सो द करेक्ट आंसर हियर वुड बी ऑप्शन डी. ठीक है, कैसे, मैं थोड़ा सा और एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ आपको. ये पहला ऑप्शन तो गलत है. ठीक है, दीज आर एक्चुअली यू नो simplified ways of talking about it, but not the correct interpretations. ठीक है, electron isn't really spinning about its own axis. The third one could have been correct had the word respectively not been used over here. ठीक है, अगर ये वर्ड रेस्पेक्टिवली नहीं यूज होता, क्योंकि ऐसा कोई कंपल्शन नहीं है कि प्लस हाफ मतलब अप या माइनस हाफ मतलब डाउन, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी कोई भी कंपल्शन नहीं है. ठीक है, now that's what makes this last option correct. And yes, then the fourth one is the actual one, that there is no classical analog. What do you mean by classical analog? That there is no visualization to it. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Right, man.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
ठीक है, all right. Now there is no visualization that we can do, because that visualization that we tried to do proved to be something not allowed as per the laws of physics. ठीक है? अच्छा, next एक और quick topic discuss कर लेते हैं. Before we close the class, we have a good amount of time. We can close this topic called as Stark effect and Zeeman effect. Now, this is actually a drawback associated with Bohr's model of atom. Okay, this is something which is just a minute. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'll just come back. मेरे को एक call आ रहा है. Give me 2 minutes actually.
Excuse me, sir.
दो मिनट दो, मैं 2 मिनट दो, आ रहा हूँ. Just
Okay, sir.
हाँ, sorry guys. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ, बोलो.
Sir, this Sunday, the test which is there, like, will we be giving it the sample batch?
Will we be? नहीं. उनका अलग पेपर रहेगा, आपका अलग रहेगा.
Okay, sir.
Syllabus would be, before what you have till before you have done in the previous class. पिछली क्लास के पहले का.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. All right. So let's quickly understand this topic called as Zeeman effect and Stark effect. ठीक है, यहाँ पर समझने की कोशिश करना. So there is this understanding behind Bohr's model and its drawback. ठीक है, वो क्या था, एक बार ये दोनों स्टेटमेंट रीड करके हम लोग समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. दैट Zeeman effect was the splitting of spectral lines in the presence of an external magnetic field, and Stark effect was the splitting of spectral lines in the presence of an external electric field. Now what do they mean? एक एक करके समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. So let's read up this paragraph quickly to grasp that concept. यहाँ पे नोटिस करना. ठीक है, मैं आपको थोड़ा सा गाइड करता हूँ. यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन एटम हम लोग ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, एंड लेट्स से फॉर द टाइम बीइंग फॉरगेट अबाउट दिस. ठीक है, एक सेकेंड, फॉरगेट अबाउट दिस. ठीक है, जस्ट नोटिस करना, व्हेन एन एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड वाज अप्लाइड, sharp spectral lines like n equal to 3 to 2 transition in hydrogen atoms split into multiple closely spaced lines. So ये क्या था, यहाँ पर नोटिस करना, when the magnetic field was off, as in यहाँ पर आपका सेटअप था, डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब वाला सेटअप था, इसमें आपका हाइड्रोजन का सैंपल था, राइट, एंड दैट सैंपल was something that was not exposed to any magnetic field, and वहां से आने वाले रेडिएशंस को एक स्पेक्ट्रम को ऑब्जर्व किया जा रहा था. सो जो n इक्वल टू 3 से n इक्वल टू 2 का ट्रांजिशन हुआ, ठीक है, उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग एक ही लाइन दिख रहा होगा, राइट. ऐसे देयर वर मेनी लाइंस, लाइमन सीरीज, बामर सीरीज, राइट. तो ये जो 3 से 2 का लाइन था, ठीक है, वो एक शार्प लाइन दिख रहा था. ठीक है, उस पर भी फोकस कर रहे हैं. बट व्हेन इसी सैंपल के अक्रॉस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अप्लाई करा गया, ठीक है, व्हेन दिस सेम सैंपल के अक्रॉस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अप्लाई करा गया एंड देन द स्पेक्ट्रम वाज ऑब्जर्व्ड, वी फाउंड आउट दैट ये जो लाइंस ऑब्जर्व हो रहे थे, लाइमन सीरीज, बामर सीरीज, राइट, ऑल दीज लाइंस, ऑल ऑफ देम, ठीक है, well not all of them but yes, at least I can say for sure ये वाला 3 to 2 वाला जो था, ठीक है, n equal to 3 से 2 वाला था, और भी रहेंगे ऐसे. rather than remaining one sharp line, they actually, when zoomed in, they found out, ठीक है, that it split into multiple closely spaced lines. This was the experimental observation that is called as Zeeman effect. ऑब्जर्वेशन समझ में आया सबको? What is Zeeman effect? ऐसा ही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की प्रेजेंस में भी हो रहा था, एंड दैट वाज कॉल्ड एज स्टार्क इफेक्ट. ठीक है, दैट वाज ऑब्जर्व्ड बाय अनदर साइंटिस्ट एंड वाज कॉल्ड एज स्टार्क इफेक्ट. ठीक है, अब इसके पीछे का रीजन समझा गया दैट ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, ठीक है. दिस वाज ऑब्जर्व्ड बाय पीटर जीमन एंड हेंस वाज गिवन द नेम जीमन इफेक्ट. नाउ इसके पीछे का रीजन समझना. द रीजन वाज splitting of, or you can say the loss of degeneracy of orbitals. What do I mean by that? तो यहां पर आप नोटिस करना जब मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ऑफ था, ठीक है, देन जो 3 से 2 का ट्रांजिशन था, ठीक है, दिस इंटायर से यहां पर मैंने क्या ड्रॉ किया हुआ है, दिस इज आई हैव ड्रॉन 3D, ठीक है. तो जब मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ऑफ था, देन द इंटायर 3D was at the same energy level. अपने लास्ट क्लास में पढ़ा था ना, you remember? So this entire 3D was actually one energy level only, and this is N2L1. N2L1 मतलब क्या हो गया, ये 2p. This entire 2p was actually another energy level, ठीक है. All the 2p के orbitals were at the same energy only. 2px, 2py, 2pz सबका एनर्जी सेम था. 3D के भी ऑर्बिटल्स जो थे उनका भी सबका एनर्जी सेम था, ठीक है. एंड द थिंग वाज, जब 3 से 2 का ट्रांजिशन हो रहा था, तो इट वाज करस्पॉन्डिंग टू लाइक अ पर्टिकुलर एनर्जी गैप, एंड उस एनर्जी गैप के करस्पॉन्डिंग आपको फोटोन या स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन ऑब्जर्व हो रही थी, जस्ट वन स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन. But when this magnetic field was applied, when this external magnetic field was applied, what happened was there was a loss of degeneracy of the orbitals. What do we mean by loss of degeneracy of orbitals? That they no longer remained of the same energy level. ठीक है, उनका एनर्जी लेवल अलग अलग हो गया, जैसा आप यहाँ पे नोटिस करोगे. So there was this difference in the energy levels within the 3D orbitals. ठीक है, जो पांचों 3D orbitals हैं, अब उनका एनर्जी लेवल अलग अलग हो गया. एंड क्यों अलग अलग हो गया? एक्चुअली दिस इज रिलेटेड टू देयर डायरेक्शनल ओरिएंटेशन. दिस इज रिलेटेड टू देयर थर्ड क्वांटम नंबर, दैट इज द मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर. ठीक है, एक्चुअली वो वर्ड मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर आया भी वहीं से था. ठीक है, ये एक्सपेरिमेंट एक्चुअली पहले हुआ था, बाद में मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर समझ में आया था. ठीक है, ये एक्सपेरिमेंट्स पहले होने लग गए थे. इनफैक्ट दिस जीमन इफेक्ट इज कॉल्ड एज ड्रॉबैक ऑफ बोर्स मॉडल. ठीक है, तो ये एक्चुअली क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल डेवलप होने के पहले ही डिस्कवरी हो गई थी, एंड दिस वाज कॉल्ड एज द ड्रॉबैक ऑफ बोर्स मॉडल. ठीक है, बाद में एक्सप्लेनेशन केम फ्रॉम दिस थर्ड क्वांटम नंबर, दैट इज द मैग्नेटिक क्वांटम नंबर. तो जब ऐसे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अप्लाई करते हैं, तो बिकॉज ऑफ देयर डिफरेंट डायरेक्शनल ओरिएंटेशन, बिकॉज ऑफ देयर डिफरेंट, ये याद है अपन ने पढ़ा था अभी थोड़ी देर पहले, z कंपोनेंट ऑफ ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम. ठीक है, तो इसका कहीं बैकग्राउंड यहाँ से लेना देना होता है. आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू दैट डिटेल्ड मैथ्स, बट यस, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट these orbitals no longer remained of the same energy level. इनका एनर्जी लेवल चेंज हो गया. ठीक है, यहां तक का पार्ट समझ में आया?
So here I understood that they lose their degeneracy, but I didn't understand the diagram as in
हाँ
the.
हाँ, अभी रुक जाओ, अभी मैं उस पे आता हूँ.
अच्छा, okay.
ठीक है, अब नोटिस करना दैट ये एक बार बीच की लाइंस को मैं ऐसे लाइक रब कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, इनफैक्ट लेट मी यूज अ वाइट कलर इंक. ठीक है, अब लेट्स से डीजेनरेसी हो गई, एज इन लॉस्ट हो गई, लाइक 3D के जो ऑर्बिटल्स है उनकी एनर्जी अलग हो गई, और 2p के ऑर्बिटल्स जो है उनकी एनर्जी अलग हो गई. बट नाउ इफ आई आस्क यू, व्हेन द इलेक्ट्रॉन de-excites from 3D to 2p, हाउ मेनी स्पेक्ट्रल लाइंस वुड बी सीन? तो आपका आंसर क्या रहेगा? तो आप बोलोगे फॉर लेट्स से अगर यहाँ ऊपर वाले एनर्जी लेवल से डी एक्साइट हो सकता है तो इन 3 में जा सकता है ना। फिर अगर यहाँ से डी एक्साइट होगा इलेक्ट्रॉन तो भी इन 3 में जा सकता है, यहाँ से डी एक्साइट होगा तो भी इन 3 में जा सकता है, राइट। सो you are getting how many possible spectral lines, how many possible unique photons? You are seeing 15, है कि नहीं? फाइव इंटू 3 15 दिख रहा है कि नहीं दिख रहा है? अगर मैं possible photons आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ of d excitation from this 3d to 2p, ठीक है, how many possible d excitations can happen? The answer is 15. बट जब एक्चुअल में देखा गया, जब एक्चुअल में एक्सपेरिमेंटली ऑब्जर्व करा गया तो ये 15 स्प्लिट्स नहीं हुए, ओनली सर्टेन splits were observed, as in only certain d excitations were observed, ठीक है, and that led to developing of a new observation, ठीक है, that is called as selection rule, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर नोटिस करना, note that transitions shown follow something called as selection rule, ठीक है, which does not allow change of more than 1 unit of the magnetic quantum number ml, ठीक है। तो इनफैक्ट यहाँ पे इसको थोड़ा और elaborate करा गया that when this Zeeman effect was observed, it became evident that all transitions are not observed, ठीक है, transitions are not observed between all pairs of energy levels, ठीक है, कोई भी combination का transition नहीं observe हो रहा है। Some transitions are forbidden in the sense they are highly improbable, right? They would be forbidden because of the reason that they will be not following the laws of energy, of conservation of energy, momentum, spin, इन सब में कुछ ना कुछ problem आ रहा होगा। I'm not getting again into the background of it. And there were only certain that were allowed. And what were the allowed? उनके लिए rules आपको ध्यान में रखने हैं। The allowed ones follow these rules. They are called as selection rules. ठीक है, so only when delta L is plus minus 1, not 0, it is only plus minus 1, then the transition will be allowed. And when delta ML is equal to 0 or plus minus 1, then the transition would be allowed. ठीक है, so let's say if I ask you a question, ठीक है, just give me 1 second. ठीक है, if I ask you to apply this in a quick question over here, that which of the following is forbidden, which of the following is not allowed, तो आप क्या आंसर दोगे using these rules called as selection rules? So यहाँ पे आपको आ जाएगा, अगर आप कैलकुलेशन करोगे 2s के लिए L का वैल्यू कितना होगा 0 और 1s के लिए L का वैल्यू कितना होगा 0. So what is the delta L over here? What is the change in the L value? 0. So this is not allowed. What is the change over here? Change is always final minus initial. S के लिए L का वैल्यू कितना है 0 और P के लिए 1. तो डेल्टा L minus 1 हो गया. This is allowed. What about this one? 3D से 2P. Is this allowed or not allowed? What is the delta L value over here? 1 minus 2. that is again -1. ये भी allowed है. This is +-1 allowed है. 0 allowed नहीं है. What about this one? What is the delta L over here? Again 0 -1, that is -1. ये allowed है. ठीक है? So your answer becomes that 2s से 1s का transition is actually forbidden. It is not as per the selection rules. Then the next वाला question, which of the following is K alpha? ठीक है? What do I mean by K alpha? यहाँ पे notice करना K alpha, ये जो terminology है K alpha means K series. K series means Lyman series. ठीक है? And K alpha means the first line of Lyman series. तो first line of Lyman series कौन सा हो जाएगा? Like 2 से 1. ठीक है? But 2 से 1 में भी 2s से 1s या 2p से 1s, which is going to be allowed?
P से 1s.
ठीक है? ये वाला allowed नहीं होगा. 2s से 1s is not allowed. It is not following that selection rule. So this is actually going to be the K alpha transition. 2p से 1s. ये समझ में आया?
So how is this calculated that K alpha is the first line of Lyman series?
ये एक nomenclature है. मतलब K series, Lyman series को K series भी बोलते हैं.
हाँ सर, लेकिन अल्फा का
Alpha, beta, gamma words use हो रहे हैं ना, तो they are in the order of describing 1, 2, 3, 4.
okay.
ठीक है? So ये एक छोटा सा concept I also wanted you to grasp. ठीक है? The concept of Zeeman effect and Stark effect. ठीक है? Why it happens, and then उससे एक जो experimental understanding समझ में आई about what are allowed transitions or what we call as selection rules. ठीक है? इतना बात clear है?
So
चलो ठीक है, तो आज के लिए इतना डिस्कशन काफी है.
So I had a doubt in that above MCQ. I sent you on the chat. Could you please?
सॉरी, थोड़ा अपनी आवाज ब्रेक होगी, दोबारा.
So I sent you a doubt on the above MCQ. So it was that how can both C and D be true if the word was not respectively? So if we cannot like give a classical analog for that thing, then how can we say that it goes up and down at the same time?
रुक जाओ, आपकी आवाज अभी भी थोड़ी ब्रोकन आ रही है. आप थोड़ा वापस.
So I sent you on the chat the same doubt.
अच्छा, आपने चैट पे भी लिख के भेजा है. हाँ. So if there weren't the word respectively in the C and D options, C and D option में तो respectively word था भी नहीं ना, सिर्फ C option में था. ठीक है? So that is, अगर respectively word use नहीं होता ना, then it would have been correct. And again, it will not be the visualization of what do we mean by electron spin. ठीक है? It is the observation that we would have that the electron is deflecting in an up or down manner. ठीक है? But what if the electron was not thrown through this magnetic field? Then also there is this property of spin that it would have. तो उसको मैं कैसे describe करूँ? समझ रहे हो? So that is where this problem of visualization is coming. This was a method of observing it, that when the electron was thrown through an external magnetic field, it shows this kind of a response. ठीक है? So we can, yes, talk about it as the visualization. ठीक है? But if I was to not do this observation and still think about, what is electron spin, then there is a problem of visualization. समझ में आया?
Yes, got it.
Sir, I have a doubt in the Zeeman effect.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
नहीं आज का नहीं आएगा, पिछली क्लास तक का जितना पढ़ा है। हाँ हाँ बोलो ना, और क्या डाउट है?
Sir, can you hear me?
हाँ बोलो ना नैन, what is the doubt in Zeeman effect?
Yes, sir. Sir, I didn't understand that it is a splitting of spectral lines, right?
Oh sorry my
So
bad.
then,
हाँ बोलो बोलो बोलो।
so basically, if they're saying that it's a splitting of the spectral lines, then how are the spectral lines coming less than the original number, as in that diagram?
नहीं वो तो यार अब इसमें like I couldn't draw एक as in इस डायग्राम में 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 नहीं ड्रॉ कर पाए, ठीक है, but if you would want you can like do that drawing over here.
Also, sir, I didn't understand this part also, that it's the loss of degeneracy of orbitals. But sir, the orbitals 3D and 2p, they are not at the same energy level, right? 3D is at
हाँ,
5
so
and
earlier 3D and 2p were at the different energy level, and then corresponding to that energy gap, there was just one energy gap corresponding to which one spectral line was observed. We are saying that now that spectral line is split into multiple space coastline because within 3D splitting has happened, within 2p splitting has happened, in the sense loss of degeneracy has happened. So now a 3D से 2p का transition would not mean just one energy gap. There are in fact many other energy gaps that are possible.
And so how do we calculate that there will be 9 lines?
How do we calculate there will be 9 lines? अभी यहाँ पे मैंने इसको draw करा ना, इनको just 1 2 इनको count करा 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9.
Okay, so basically there's no like method
क्यों
in which
ये
we...
method है ना, this is the method. So let's say L equal to 2 से D excite हो रहा है, ठीक है,
हाँ
ये
sir.
यहाँ से D excite हो रहा है. Now डेल्टा L का कितना अलाउड वैल्यू है? +-1.
Yes sir.
तो ये 2 से कहाँ जा सकता है? सिर्फ 1 में.
हाँ sir.
ठीक है, like change is always final minus initial. So final minus 2 has to be +-1. That means final is what? It can be 3 or 1.
Yeah.
तो ये सिर्फ यहाँ पे जा पा रहा है, एक ही लाइन हो पाएगी इससे.
Okay.
ठीक है, ऐसे आप बाकियों के लिए करके आओगे तो आपको ये
Yeah.
के हिसाब से लाइंस मिलेंगी.
Okay,
ठीक है,
thank you. Yeah.
चलो, all right then. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.